He was pretending to be on the phone.
He's a vampire now.
Oh, so good. Oh my God, Greg.
Oh my God.
My God.
Hey guys, we made it to the end of Interview with the Vampire. Oh man, I'm realizing right now I spent so long, like so many late nights crafting an upload schedule, and I'm realizing I did not put the Vampire Lestat on for June just now. Real time thought here. I need to rework the schedule.
You're gonna have to.
Well, we're here at the end. Roxy just had surgery for something. They removed or input or what did they do?
Input.
I don't know what they did. I didn't actually
had egg
ask.
retrieval surgery, and it went well. And
so people went in with guns. Get the eggs. Go.
Actually, you want to know what's crazy? They go in with needles and knives and suction cups. And
oh, cool.
Yeah, it sounds cooler than it feels.
Yeah, why are you wearing those?
Because you told me they make me look old.
They do. Are you sweating because it's hot in here or because of your physical...
My hormones.
Okay.
They have me on so much medication right now that not only am I sweating, but I also smell.
Fortunately, I have a deviated septum.
I know. That's always my favorite thing about you.
Yeah. So you can hear I'm kind of nasally right now. It comes in sometimes.
I ate a lot of onions and garlic to keep the vampires away. Greg just got back from something cool.
I did. I went to a bachelor party.
For somebody you guys know.
Aaron Alexander. He finally did it. Brielle, proud of you.
Wow,
go to Aaron's Instagram right now and congratulate him.
Actually, go to Brielle.
Go to Brielle and congratulate her. All right, guys, let's watch Interview with the Vampire.
People do that.
I hope they do
so
too.
Funny.
It would be good for Aaron. You know what? It is so hot. I was wearing this because I don't like it too dark in the thumbnail, but goddamn, it is so hot.
I thought it'd be cold, so I brought my reject sweater, but I can't put it on.
It's all good.
And that's the end of it. There's nothing else.
Sure. That's it. No more. What a spooky shot. You know what I noticed? We're always in goofy moods, and then the show has this ability to make us go so serious.
Like almost immediately,
instantly.
yeah. But that's good because I told you it hurts to laugh, so it doesn't hurt to cry. Charlotte?
Yeah.
1899. And now we're in Charlotte's Web. Nicholas?
Is that Louis?
A quiet, easeful death. What else would it be?
Looks like the Hollywood inscription on the cement.
No one to talk to. She was dead.
Really, though?
I guess so.
Like I couldn't feel my hands, my back, like I could feel my heart. Pumping slower every night. My broken arm resetting itself. My ankles healed in the coffin.
I never noticed how white his bottom teeth are.
Circled around the insulating rocks of my deathbed.
Maybe you got them whitened for this episode.
Are they still there? Right now? In your feet?
If you took an x-ray, they'd look like little cancers.
Huh.
He could remove them anytime he wanted to.
But he doesn't want to.
Or maybe he has, and
he
he's
likes
been
to
lying to
remember
you all
things.
these years for effect.
They're sitting very far.
I know. It's like a square off.
What were the consequences of you saving Louis?
Demotion.
He's really dividing them.
Ridicule. Santiago had suspected I had rigged the audience to spare Louis' life.
Suspected. It was very obvious.
So he made certain I would not forget my insubordination as part of my penance.
Who was that just fell?
I don't know. It could just be one of the people from the show.
I tried to paint alternatives.
He had to keep hearing him sob.
Wear a different suit the night you meet Lestat at the fair play. Snatch the piece of candy back from the barber when you're 7 years old. Would I have been stronger sooner?
So he's doing sliding doors in his mind.
Would I have resisted Lestat 2 decades later? Snatch the candy. Be the man in the different suit.
The show has such a good commentary on identity. That was mom.
And again,
We haven't seen her.
Sister.
I'm kissing Lestat on the altar.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there's anything you could have changed to not end up there.
I'm dragged off stage
Oof.
and buried alive. Penny candy's not the answer. Claudia is dead.
He remembers it like it's yesterday.
A rock shifts by my knee. Could I free my knee? The rock hadn't moved. The craftsmanship was solid.
When a vampire starts screaming from starvation, he hasn't much time left.
I didn't know I was screaming.
Until right now?
I had no energy to scream.
Oh, his brother.
If I had, I would have used it to ignite the clothes on my body. Self-immolate.
Oh, yeah, the fire thing.
What was left to endure for? Claudia is dead.
Keeps repeating it.
He does, and that's what's making me wonder, is Claudia dead?
I think everything just keeps circling back to it, like there's no purpose to keep trying.
Unless he finds out she isn't dead and he can feel her.
You ruined his play. They didn't get to kill Louis on stage.
And Santiago improvised a worse death. He had outwitted me. My subjugation cemented his power amongst the coven.
So, how did you get him out?
That lighter?
I placed a sacrifice in an old vault coffin, swapped that coffin for Louis'. I was the defeated vampire, Mr. Molloy. No one was looking.
Uh-huh. Does anyone ever ask Lazarus if he wanted to be woke? I don't read the Bible much anymore.
No one gives a shit about Lazarus's point of view, is what I remember.
I tasted the blood.
Do you
I knew
think
it
you're
was his.
Lazarus?
Why? I thought. Claudia is dead.
I think he's just saying, like,
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
I get what he's saying, but it's an interesting comparison.
I was dead.
But you weren't dead, and neither was Claudia?
My rage had risen.
Oh, does he light the fire?
Followed closely.
Always seemed like it was all
by my
going that way.
madness.
I don't think they would do all this, like, fire ability stuff.
I just thought it was Armand, but
It wasn't safe to return to the apartment. That would imply it was rational.
His mind's moving at a rapid pace.
I just want to live in that cabin.
My rage killed without a single measure of satisfaction.
I guess if I lived in that cabin, I'd end up dead.
My rage hid its killings there. Do your job. And conspire with my madness on a plan for retribution.
Where's Lestat?
Must have just off and went to his spin-off show.
Hans?
Wow, his mind is gone.
This was like how you found me today.
He's handling this way better than you are.
Yeah, good point, good point. But I am a woman, so what can we expect?
Think about taking his. Speak English.
You're not a farmer. I would use the machete.
Whoa, is he haunted by the person he killed?
You should stand at the top of the stairs.
Behind the stairs.
Maybe because he's French like Lestat?
But in rage if they run downstairs for the soup.
That's better.
Louis.
Hans is a big boy.
Whose voice are we hearing?
Armand?
Oh.
I don't have any use for it now.
I know you can hear me. You must leave Paris.
Maybe you should answer him. He knows the theater more than you.
Maybe you should shut up.
They're going to find out what I did. Do not worry about me.
I ain't fucking worried about you!
I'm glad that actor got to have some more lines. At least he got to play a ghost.
The French dude?
Yeah.
I like the way you think. That could have been me.
Louis? Is that you?
Did you save me at the trial?
Yes.
Did you have any question about that, Louis?
His sanity's coming back.
You knew he did that.
If I thought there was a way, I would have.
Shut up.
You gave them up, Armand.
Do not find yourself at the theater tomorrow night at curfew.
Okay, so he's going to burn the place up.
He spared him. That's why he was asking those questions. He was deciding whether or not he should let him live.
Did you know he was going to burn it down?
No, but I could sense the fatalism in his thoughts.
You warned him.
Yes.
He'd already betrayed you once. They were his coven for hundreds of years. Why risk it?
You're pregnant? Baby?
It was a test. I don't remember.
If you're wrong, you're dead.
There was 13 of them and one of me. I was going to die either way.
But you didn't.
You had no feelings for any of them?
I had complicated feelings.
But you didn't warn any of them?
No.
What's the request?
Maybe you were hedging your bets? See who emerges from the ash heap?
I mean, the relationship had totally changed.
My prevailing thought was, if I'm not with him, I'm nothing.
I don't know, Armand.
Nothing. Okay.
Wow, he's really good at pretending to
Yeah.
type something else. I don't know how you do that.
The the plan. I was going to die, and I was going to take as many of them with me as I could.
This score takes so many turns. Like to go into percussion just then.
It's like a jazz heist song.
Really cool.
In the lair where they slept, I could have been a marching band or a jet engine taking off a tarmac until Paris spun back round to the sun.
I'd be so worried that liquid's going to wake him up.
Where's the strings right now? Yeah. Deedly dead. Tweedly deedly dead.
I like this when you can feel like the orchestral composer, like a character.
So we found out they
Obvious.
can't open their coffins from the inside.
Oh, it's a great visual sequence.
Tweedly deedly dead.
6 by fire, 2 by blade.
Huh.
1 by a combination of the two. No legs, 1 arm, still clutching onto his clarinet.
So that's 9.
9 in all.
Do we think Santiago is one of them?
I feel like for show purposes, Santiago
That
has
meant
somebody.
4 had escaped. 2
Armand, Lestat,
out the front, 2 through the sewers.
There you go.
Santiago,
But I had planned for contingencies.
Damn.
and the 4th.
She never got over you stealing Santiago. You tried drinking from Gustav Vasquez. Where's London? Arson is an act of passion.
Oh, he blew him up.
Hello, Francis. You. Did I wake you?
This is so fun.
He's literally reborn into a completely different man.
Take credit for the workman role he played, Louis. It was me that planned their deaths.
He wants the credit.
It was me that gave Claudia that
This is sick.
hot exit from the garden.
Come to me.
Did Armand tell you what we did with our ashes after he pulled you from the wall?
Oh,
my
this
God.
is fucked up.
I put a pinch of them in my fist before I closed my coffin at night. I would spit in them
He's so determined.
to pleasure myself.
Come to me.
Oh, that's so fucked up.
That joke in between your legs and that farm girl, Lenora, who couldn't keep quiet about it.
She only thought it was small because my are so enormous.
Genius. Genius. What a crescendo. This is directed so well.
I mean, Rambo. He beheaded him.
That was awesome.
Say that shit about Claudia to my face.
Awesome.
Do you think that's really what happened?
I hope so.
I do too.
I'm going to believe that narrative.
He brought a cloak to a knife fight.
And all my rage and madness exited my body, and nothing replaced it.
Just emptiness.
The night of Madeleine's transformation.
A while back then.
I went back to make sure the Coven would keep curfew, that you do what you were going to do in safety. They were all on stage waiting for me.
I can't believe he's in the same room as him.
Told me they had done a rewrite. I saw the title, and I thought, it's my Coven of 200 years. And at the time, I could not count on your love lasting as long.
You rehearsed it with Lestat?
They rehearsed it with him. I stayed in my coffin when I was there.
When you spend nights.
Bitch move.
I lied to you. Over and over.
Then one stick. And all that time. Telling me.
Right.
Make a different plan with me.
I will spend my life making it up to you.
Oh my God. Like what's done is done. And it's not like you made a spur of the moment decision. It's the every day. It's like the premeditated cheating of it all.
You'll never make it up to me.
Yeah, you didn't make a mistake.
Is Lestat still in Paris?
You'll never be able to kill him.
That wasn't my question.
I don't think that's what he wants.
Yes, he's still here.
Wake me when it's night again.
Why would he trust him to do that?
Hey, let him go this far.
Ask for a child. The lights going out of your blue eyes, like all the summer days are gone.
I can't believe Louis was able to kill every one of them. What are you doing, Lestat?
Wow, the three of them sharing the room. Crazy.
We've been waiting all season for this.
Was it a good day's rest? Does it take a lot out of you, destroying everything in your wake? Well, almost everything.
You look small.
Oh, this is cool, because he's like a totally different person now.
He doesn't give a
He's come home. This was Magnus's lair.
Huh.
Some distance between the happy couple.
When he was monologuing, was he recounting what he said to Magnus?
Details left to work out after the homicidal frolic.
That's where he kept you? Chained to the wall?
Oh, so that was true.
All the disappointments, the ones before me. He had a knack for design. Nordic blondes on walls, dirty blondes in piles, right about where the gremlin stands now.
Wow, so Lestat wasn't lying?
Guess not.
I don't
I
care.
came here to have a think.
To have a think. That's a fun way to put that.
Why I do what I do. Why?
Burned your daughter alive? Why you rehearsed a play that would burn your daughter alive? Why you crossed an ocean to rehearse a play
That would burn your daughter alive.
that would burn your daughter alive?
There's a lot of like affirming her death.
I've come to kill you.
Have you?
I have the blood of Magnus in me.
Magnus burned.
Oh shit. Well, we know he doesn't die
I have the blood of Akasha.
No, why?
because they talked to him they were with Daniel in the 70s.
But the fact in and of itself makes your immediate desire an impossibility. I'd have to be willing, and I'm not in the mood.
My blood is your blood.
And yet,
Here's your death.
Oh, does he choose Armand just to punish Lestat?
For this entire time?
I guess
Does
so.
he stay with Armand this whole time just to keep punishing him? Oh my God, Armand. Just knowing you're like there as
He and I are gonna
revenge.
spend the rest of our lives together.
Oh my God.
Whoever you find to endure time with, whatever pale proxy of me, I'll be with him.
How does that feel, Armand?
Pale proxy of me. He means pale in both ways. What a revenge speech. Oh my God, Greg. I want to say that to every ex ever that's wronged me.
let's see how long it holds.
Let's see how long it holds.
Wow, this is complicated.
What do you think he meant by that, Louis?
It's fairly obvious. He didn't think we would make it. 77 years.
Just to screw him.
We left him there. Walked Paris one last time, completely silent.
Maybe it evolved.
I stood staring up at it as cars and carriages circled us.
I don't think so.
I said telepathically, was it telepathically?
Doesn't matter.
I said, let's go see Egypt.
Then sailed port to port.
Settled in New York a good while. San Francisco.
And we did. Here, there, everywhere, and Dubai.
And that's the end of it.
That's the title of the episode. No. Now let's find out what they've been sending Daniel.
Oh my God, Greg. What is about to happen here?
Yeah, there's still like 20-something minutes.
I know.
Yeah.
What actually happened with Claudia? What actually happened with Lestat?
What's that?
Be careful.
I can say that now.
Be careful what?
He would just open that in front of them?
He loved you a great deal. It must have been terrible for him to see us off that night.
Wow, what a complicated expression from Louis.
Mind if I ask a few follow-up questions? There's just some things I've been jotting down along the way.
These are the questions that...
You said that Lestat telepathically told you that you were scaring the salesman. But
Uh-oh.
a maker can't do that anymore after transformation, right?
I don't know. Maybe he whispered it to me.
Yeah, I figured as much.
He's about to catch him in something.
He's the one we can't trust.
4 escaped the theater. Celeste, Estelle, Santiago, and
Sam.
Oh, see, my math, I was like, what?
We never quite figured out how he did it.
Did you ever get to him?
No, time heals, Daniel. I believe he's a DJ now.
A DJ?
Mm-hmm.
Sam's in 2 places at once at one point in your story. He's guarding Armand in the theater box, but you also have him helping to bury you below stage.
Oh.
He was with Armand in the box.
Oh, maybe he did a quick vamp back and forth.
I just got it wrong. Rashid, should we begin dinner preparations?
Yes, sir.
I do hope you'll join us.
Uh-oh.
I'd be honored. The night that Lestat brings all those soldiers, how many soldiers did he mine out of the townhouse that night?
I don't know. More like 30?
Huh.
Okay. What does that matter?
I don't know.
Why would that even
but
matter?
It must.
Oh, well, it seems to me, I mean, back to the trial again. It seems to me that there was more than one person in the theater that night who could have saved you.
It was Lestat that saved him. It wasn't Armand.
Really?
Dan. I know.
How are you piecing that?
It's my job. I'm built this way. I know. It's a stretch, but...
It's in your nature, Mr. Molloy. Couldn't get out the door without lobbing one more bomb.
Well, you said it yourself just now. He loved Louis. Lestat would have tried to save him as much as you did.
And he certainly would have made it known that he had. Shall we take these follow-ups and specious theories to the dining room?
They're shooting it like how they shot the last episode now.
This is too early for Lestat to acknowledge Louis. Keep the tension. Have him look at Louis later the moment he describes meeting him in New Orleans. These are just some notes along the margins here.
Oh, it's the original play.
We need an animation here. It's not clear how extreme the hoarding was.
Where did you get that?
Read it for yourself.
Oh my God.
That changes a lot of their 77 years right there.
You are a lying piece of... Okay, wait. Be careful. It's one of a kind. R.Y. Armand never effing saved you. And furthermore...
That's when the Black Angel came. But
did Lestat save Claudia?
Oh. Oof.
And now you rise from your chair and walk towards Claudia.
Why would Lestat not say anything, though?
Because maybe then he said he would kill... Like, maybe he made a deal, I don't know, with Armand.
And how do you suppose that you will keep her quiet in this moment? More of your cheap theatrics.
The judges will fog her mind.
You suck, Armand. You suck.
You have no idea of Claudia's strength.
Maybe he did save shit.
I will be... You have no idea of Claudia's strength.
Wow, he just defended the shit of her.
He didn't witness the play. He directed the play.
Oh my God.
My God.
What say you for the vampire Louis de Pointe du Lac? Guilty or not guilty?
I think there must have been a trap door for Claudia or something. Greg?
That's him. He's doing it.
Beyond happy right now.
Crazy. That's
why they brought
happy
right.
Wow.
He's bleeding from his ear.
That's why they set up that's why I brought up the soldiers in New Orleans.
Yep. Show that he's capable of it.
And I
with
guess
that many people.
Him going to the soldier at the play was probably our hint that it was him.
Where does the bullshit start? Armand, Amadeo, Arun. You were supposed to die with Claudia. He didn't save you. Lestat did. He just took credit for it when the opportunity presented itself.
Yep.
And you wasted everyone who could have told you differently. 77 years based on a seismic lie.
Oh?
It's a forgery, Louis.
It's from the Talamasca. Sam was their guy in Paris. He gave it to them. They gave it to me here.
Shit. Armand, do not kill Daniel.
Louis. Louis. Louis!
Where do we go from here?
17 years ago, you were over this, Louis. The pain of it has left you. Don't let it
Pain of it has left you.
by the insignificant mortal.
Get out.
You have forgiven me for what
RJ.
Get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, get the fuck out.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, I'm so worried. Oh, shit, no. Now it's done. Oh my God. Rashid? What do you mean, Rashid?
Who's saying Rashid?
Louis.
Rashid? I'm guessing Rashid left after he brought me the newspaper.
Leave, Daniel. Leave.
Dan, you're gonna die if you stay here, dude.
You're not to touch him. Do you understand? You harm him in any way, I will kill you. Do you understand? I'm leaving now. When I return, you need to be gone.
Can you make sure Daniel leaves with you?
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know?
Please take Daniel.
You should gather your things from your room. I'll arrange a car and a plane to take you home. I'll see there's $10 million wired into your account.
Wow. Worth it.
Thank you.
Do you think somewhere inside Louis knew this? Oh. And Louis just lit it on fire. Wow, he lit the whole thing on fire.
He doesn't get to publish it.
Yeah, but Daniel has backups. We know that. Because the...
Two on the floor must have cost you.
Wasn't cheap. Me and my babe was on the bad side. Then I see they got a new edition headlining the festival.
Cool.
She had a thing for Ralph when she was young.
Understandable.
You believe that? Ralph, pretty much. So, answer me this. How come you coming in when everybody else getting out? So Odette said to be at least a 3.
Is he visiting Lestat?
But this Odette is said to be a 3 or a 4.
First time in New Orleans?
Wow, crazy return
Is
to
that a
modern
storm
day.
or something?
Did my luggage arrive?
Yes, sir. 2 bags and an oversized crate early in the morning.
He's come home. It's full circle.
So waiting for you in your suite.
Thank you.
Very generous, Mr. Dulac. Thank you, sir. Your card?
And now his race is not an
We're happy
issue.
to have you as long as you'll have us.
Wow.
But we are boarding up the hotel for the hurricane.
Oh, that's what it is. Odette.
We're asking our guests to fill out this liability waiver.
No problem.
That's so insane. Stay at a hotel makes you sign that waiver.
Yeah, well, everybody was leaving while he's coming in.
This is where 24 members of high society, they walked in them doors right there. Ain't nobody ever seen them again.
Ooh, cool.
Take a picture if you need to. The year is 1940. The man that owned this townhome and that year's king garage went by the name Sebastian Melmoth. Now, history's gonna have him go down a little
He's going to correct something. He's going to publicly correct something.
A Monsieur Lysander Lioncourt, who was a so-called French, so-called seller of industrial machinery. But now tell me, tell the crime dog, why would a man, a known hoarder and an infamous recluse, be named King Araj in the first place? Why, crime dog? Mr. Melmoth, he wasn't alone in 1132. Also in residence was a local Creole hustler. And his little child bride, they were running a voodoo cult in the back rooms above the courtyard garden.
This is so entertaining.
Mr. Melmoth and Tom Anderson, they brought back the who's who of who that.
Oh, is that the guy with Claudia? Oh my God. That's him, isn't it?
Floorboards are 3 different rooms. Bits of indeterminate pieces of bone inside the factory-sized incinerator.
That's the Claudia guy.
Why did Tom
I don't
Anderson,
know.
Mr. Melmoth, the hustler, and the child bride
I don't remember what he looked like.
particular citizens
Maybe not.
to this house of lies and intrigue?
Maybe not.
I just don't remember what he looked like.
I might be having white dude facial blindness. Sorry, guys. I don't know.
A lonely vampire he can help out. Or hunting and killing.
Saw a crane smashed into a low rock.
Maybe he's one.
that Lestat?
Maybe it's Lestat's. He's Lestat's.
Big chunks of shit, trash cans, mailboxes blowing around everywhere.
Oh, yeah. He's just looking at him because he knew he was going to Lestat. He's the pale version of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not him. He didn't have an accent. I jumped so hard. Sorry.
I mean, we should be.
Oh my God, Greg. Oh my God, Greg.
Oh my God, it's all run down.
Who's you?
Who you?
Who's he?
Louis,
He doesn't even look.
That's Louis. He's Louis.
get out.
Where? I mean, there's a mad hurricane outside. I keep telling dog. Shit. You rats, French fucking bitch.
Who the hell was that? That's hysterical.
Fire gift in your honor.
Someone else he made.
Fire gift in your honor.
All the millennials are. He is an excellent rat catcher.
Oh my God. Now I just need to know if you saved Claudia.
Would you like one?
Hello, Lestat.
Hello, Louis. Passing through.
No, I came to see you.
And what does your companion think of that?
I'm companion enough for myself now.
Good for you.
Epic breakup.
I'm sorry, I don't have much time. I'm in the middle of rehearsing.
Rehearsing?
I'm going on tour. Marguerite, she seems
The vampire Lestat.
to have retired. And I thought, we're better than me to carry on the great work. Just need about 50 more years of practice.
Who's upstairs, Greg?
Siri, pause.
I don't think anybody is.
Okay.
I think
It's just
he's
the storm.
I think the storm's just banging around.
I keep thinking it's Claudia. Why didn't
Did you
tell
save
me?
my life in Paris?
Oh my God, Greg.
I gave you to Armand. You tell me if that was saying.
Why didn't you say? It was me who saved you, not him.
I don't like to point out my virtues. Besides, I knew you'd figure it out.
77 years later.
And look, you have. I was right. Oh, help me.
He's so depressed.
It's been almost 80 years. Well, he knows Claudia tried to kill him, but Louis saved him.
Been enduring here?
Not enduring. Living.
Here in New Orleans, whole time.
It's my home. I am she is me.
I didn't know it was a gift. I wore it like a curse.
The fire.
I was
Oh, it's a vampirism.
to make nights off, but I wanted you to suffer.
Oh my God.
Because I was suffering.
Perspective on this is so unique.
Shall we list all the ways we have wronged each other and why it will never be right between monstrous?
I came to thank you for the gift you offered me, the gift I denied, for the nights in front of me, where I might learn to live honest.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
That's nuts. What a turn.
Might learn to live honestly. Because it's all been a lie.
September 8th, 1973.
San Francisco.
September 8th, 1973. It was 11:07 here.
You reached out.
It would have been 9:07 in San Francisco. Armand called me.
Oh my God.
Were you there? Yeah.
Did he tell you I love you?
Did you hurt yourself?
Oh.
Aw, this guy.
I was lost.
Oh my God, Greg.
I was thinking about...
Oh.
Aw.
Oh my God.
I can't get her out of my mind.
Claudia.
He misses her too.
Oh no.
You have the same problem. I can't,
so he
Louis.
didn't
I
see
can't.
Hayles, it's not on you. You hear me? I carried her home. I made you turn her.
Wow, they're both taking so much accountability.
I know.
Could have saved her from the fire until a half century later.
She looked at me at the end like a child, looking to her father.
Oh, man.
But I was never...
No, my God. In a hurricane. Oh my God, I've been waiting for this for literally ever.
Wow.
Oh,
is that the
they're gonna
crashing?
kiss?
Oh, is the house going to crumble down? Gets swept up in the hurricane?
Who gives a f the house, Greg? They're home. Oh, so good.
Welcome back, Atlanta, and welcome to my next guest, the two-time Pulitzer Prize-winning investigative journalist
There it is.
and author of the current best-selling fictional memoir, Interview with the Vampire,
Oh, people
Daniel
don't believe him.
Molloy.
That
Thanks,
sucks.
Leonard. It's a memoir, it's not fiction.
What is one of the main topics of debate regarding your book? Is it true or is it a joke?
Well, I've sold 5 million books in 4 months.
Yes.
You can't see the forest for the trees they killed printing it. Hey, Atlanta, check out the book fair this weekend.
It is going to be quite something.
Bezos Bugle.
You shop this book to every major publisher in the country and the UK.
What is this?
It's a legitimate question.
No, it's not. You haven't even told your viewers what the book is about.
Oh.
You took a noble career.
Didn't even read it.
Put it in the shredder.
Didn't read the book.
You were one of our finest, and now you're a Bigfoot hunter chasing Jesus' bloodline.
I've sold millions of these books, more than Johnny Grisham or Prince Harry and the Prisoner of Santa Barbara. It's a great read.
The Prisoner of Santa Barbara.
Thanks so much for being here, Daniel Molloy. Can't wait to read the book.
Wow. Success without the respect.
Well, just nobody believes him.
Louis Delac, it's me. Listen, your royalty checks keep bouncing back to me,
Oh.
man. I need a forwarding address.
Why not send them to your editors at the Talamasco?
The shit they made me take out. No editor's next book, I promise.
There won't be a next book. There shouldn't have been a first book.
You want the 10 million back? Just say it,
Is
man.
he?
Send me an address.
A vampire now?
You know where I live?
I really wouldn't be staying put if I were you.
He was pretending to be on the phone.
He's a vampire now.
I'm guessing you haven't heard from my maker.
No.
Fucking asshole.
Armand?
I'm sorry you were burdened out of spite. I shouldn't have left you alone with him.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Make it up to me. We'll do a follow-up
That's why he
book.
wasn't
What do
shaky.
you want, Daniel?
I'm worried about you.
Oh my God.
I'm fine.
I keep hearing the other vamps talking about you. They're really
Oh my
fucking pissed off about our book.
Oh my God.
You want to write another with me?
Sequels, audiobooks,
Oh my
toys.
Yeah. You become a cold killer.
You still haven't read it, have you?
It's the top of my stack.
You said that last month.
It's getting early here, Daniel.
Get out of Dubai, Louis.
I thought he'd be with Lestat.
No bacon.
Too.
Stuff them in the oven like it should.
Is good. Burn it.
Is he going to let himself die?
Some left
He said it's getting light here, so.
There's his brother.
This is the vampire Louis Dulac. I live in the penthouse apartment at the Al Sharaf Towers in Dubai, United Arab Emirates.
Wow.
The security staff here is robust, but mortal. My front door is always unlocked, as are the windows to my balcony, which were designed with a protective film coating for those of us sun-challenged. So for all you cowards out there talking shit,
Come and get me.
talking about taking a run at me, hear this now, and hear it plain.
Come and get me.
I own the night.
I own the night is wild.
Wow, he changed so much. What an arc.
I wonder if Lestat's there with him.
What a crazy arc.
I can't believe that reunion of him and Lestat. Is the Lestat show a prequel to this?
I have no idea. I think it's a sequel.
I'm hoping it's a sequel.
I'm not sure.
I want to see them together so badly.
Guys, we finished interview with the vampire.
Oh my God, dude.
It was a dang good time.
Oh my God, dude.
Thanks for the patron support. You guys tend to ask questions that allow us to you get shout outs by proxy to talk with Roxy. And
Where were the Emmy nominations for this? Where were they?
genre? That's how it goes.
For
Or maybe it
performance for both of them. I mean, come on.
I have.
And also,
no
have we ever been less? I know you're trying to tell people things, but I have to talk right now.
Go talk.
Armand.
Yeah, what about him?
We were so right. I mean, this little slimy mofo, the whole time we clocked you from day one, Armand. No regrets. All right, we'll get to it.
No, please go. Take it away. We got like 20 minutes here and a lot of questions.
He just
so I want
sucked. He sucked the whole time, and he was a liar, and we knew he was a liar, and Daniel knew he was a liar, and like Louis deep down knew he was a liar, and Louis never asked for his memories to be taken. Armand sucked the whole time, and when you see a snake, they're gonna snake all the time. And Lestat, like Armand was a wolf in sheep's clothing. Lestat was just a wolf, and I'll always prefer a wolf. And the fact that Lestat actually did save him and feels this trauma about Claudia, and there was like not much she could do, even though Claudia legitimately tried to kill Lestat. Just beyond happy. What a perfect... I'm so glad that they didn't turn this into like Armand and Louis meant to be together. Like, fuck you, Armand. You know?
I know what you mean. Yeah, he kind of just kept evolving more into like a little bitch. The more the season kept going.
What a villain.
Right down to the moment of him just taking credit for something he didn't do.
And the fact that, like, imagine Armand every day being like, I'm so lucky that Lestat isn't outing me. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I'm so lucky to be second choice to Lestat.
So lame. He chose his coven and whatever. He's such a loser. Such a loser. Armand's a fucking loser, bro.
Dude, this is a really solid finale.
It's so good. So everything I hoped, dreamed, wanted, period. The only thing I was just hoping for Claudia to be alive. It wouldn't have really made sense, but I love that actress. I'm bummed.
Well, the ending kind of feels like two parents who lost a child.
Yeah.
They're kind of bonded for life through that pain.
And I do like that they did point out she was already gone. Like, she was supposed to die in a fire as a kid.
Yeah.
She got 50 more years.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, man, this was perfect finale. But I think this was the best episode of the show yet. Beyond excited for season 3. Really hopeful that it has more Lestat and Louis together. But I would watch Lestat. What's it called? Book of Lestat?
It's just called The Vampire Lestat.
The Vampire. I would watch it no matter what. I mean, like,
I saw some image. I haven't seen the teaser or anything. I saw some image of him like doing music, and he talks about here going on tour. So I think that's what it has to deal with. It's him going on tour for something.
Do we know if Louis is in it?
I have no idea.
Well, now we can Google things, right?
I mean, I'd rather just wait to find out. If we've gone in blind.
One of us.
We've gone in blind this whole time.
Yeah, but now we're with the audience.
I still like being blind. You can look up later. I'd rather not know. I'd rather be blind to what's going to
Bury your head in
happen.
the sand.
Yeah, I will have the ultimate pure experience with
Fine,
it.
I'll do it too. Fine.
I just think it makes for a more engaging time. We've come this far without knowing anything.
That's true. That's true. Man, this show is so good. Maybe people will actually start watching us for the 3rd season because we're going to be on top of the
Maybe.
releases. That's my prediction.
That's the hope.
But I will say, Greg, and I checked out episode 6 and 7 that we did together, the absolute nicest audience ever.
So far.
Holy shit,
So
do I
far.
like you guys.
Maybe we don't want more views.
Yeah, I would
Then
rather
we get the
honestly,
other bad people.
I've been so sad these days, and you guys have made me so like collective together, happy, just mwah.
Happy to see it filling you with energy and emotion.
Yeah. This episode was fucking fierce. I would watch this episode 10 more times in a row right now. I'd get hungry, but we do have my protein cookies.
But yeah, that moment with Daniel.
Daniel, when he's putting the pieces together, and I was like, you were already leaning forward. I was like, wait, what is Daniel? When he's like, oh, so when Lestat did that thing in New Orleans, like when he's fact checking.
Well, there were like a couple of visual clues. The opening shot with when you see the three of them, Daniel's in the center and they're divided. You point out they're far apart, and it's like symbolic that Daniel's going to be the thing that becomes the ultimate wedge for them.
Yeah.
And when they punched in on Daniel in that moment, it was mirroring the way they shot the play in the last episode, where that was all about perspective truths coming to the surface. So it was like, okay, something else is about to be. There's about to be some turn of the card here. I was really pulled into it.
Do you think there's any world in which Lestat orchestrated Daniel getting that information?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't buy that. Look, we got a lot of questions.
Yeah. Go.
I got to move on to something else after this. So let's get to it. Vampire Toad.
You must be Armand then if you're a toad.
He's a new guy.
Welcome.
Don't just insult him.
Well, he
What the
called
hell was
himself
that?
a toad.
Well, I mean,
There's
people
only
might like
one
a toad. Toad's a character in the X-Men world who, I know someone who wants to make a solo comic of him.
Toad is in Mario Brothers.
Yeah, so toads are great animals. So maybe Vampire Toad. It's not Vampire Chode, so it's all right.
What's wrong with the chode, Greg?
Well, you got me there.
We kind of heard about the vampire chode with Santiago. It's just because his balls are so big.
That's my favorite line. It's on brand for me to finally show up here. The episode wrecked me when I saw it, especially the conclusion with Louis and Lestat. He wasn't as evil as I thought, or as he seemed. So much happened.
Yep.
I loved Armand didn't pick up any suspicious clues, so you can imagine how betrayed I felt with how much I adored Claudia. How have your perceptions of the characters this season changed? Are you as emotionally wrecked as the rest of us?
Damn, that's so interesting that you loved Armand. If we, imagine what this season would have been like if we were connected to Armand.
Oh, yeah, that would have been heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking. I didn't feel that way. I felt vindicated.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you slimy, slithering puck.
I love I'm not emotionally wrecked. I'm very emotionally impressed is what I would say. And the perceptions of the characters, primarily with Louis, because there's always a very big, who he was when he was mainly in Paris before he was imprisoned, lined up a lot with all of his past storyline. And it was such a different person than the one that was presenting himself to Daniel in our present storyline.
You're talking about Armand or you're talking about Louis?
Louis.
Okay.
And then when Louis is resurrected, per se, or reborn, that version is the one that we see tethered more closely to the present version. And I was really impressed with his performance the most in this episode, because he's had a complete character transformation from the time we've met him through kind of being, a little overly sensitive from time to time or something like that. The most
Totally.
lack of good wording to put to it.
Now he owns the night.
And now he's just like such a badass. He's not as frightful or scared or hiding. He's like the last thing he's going to do is hide.
Because he's looking at it as a gift now, which he verbalizes out loud instead of looking at life as a curse. And this is now.
Yeah, it's a story of acceptance, really. It's like a sort of acceptance, identity, forgiveness, accountability. There's a lot. So I was really impressed with that. And yeah.
You didn't cry during this at all?
No, I didn't cry.
I did. When they merged, when they joined back, that's good for the thumbnail. When they joined back together, when our guys joined back together, I was emotionally wrecked by that part because when Lestat, everything that Lestat said, we always kept questioning his perspective. Is that true? How he turned, was that even true? Because we have created him to be this bigger monster. And in the retelling of the story, Louis has had 77 years to think about all of the times he was a monster and embellish and whatever and be fed by Armand about what happened in the past. But come to find out in this episode, it seems like Lestat told the truth a lot. It seems like he actually loved Louis and obviously wasn't perfect. But yeah, that really did, that interaction wrecked me. Really, really good. Okay.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was still a beautiful moment, I thought. Go on, Reid.
Carolyn, how do you feel about the reveal that Daniel's a vampire at the end of the episode? Wow, you're iffy?
I kind of wish he wasn't.
Really, why?
I just like the idea that he was human. I hope we spend more time with him. I think that would be the only way to keep him as a character in some way. I just feel like he's more interestingly complex as the human amongst the vampires. So I don't really know what that would, because I want to see I would want to see more. If I don't want that to just be the end of Daniel, I would want to see more of what he's like, because the Daniel as a human would have a lot of moral conundrums with killing a random human being stranger at night after leaving an interview or a book convention or signing wherever he was coming from. So I'd want to see a little bit more. I'm more like mixed on it than I am super satisfied with it or something. Do you really like it?
I think it's interesting because of his illness and kind of also the fact that it doesn't seem like he asked for it. It seems like Armand took that choice from him. I would have been really surprised if the end was that he wanted to turn, but he was forced. And so I do think it gives him, I do hope we see him too. I do think it gives him fuel to like be talking about the vampires and release this book and all this stuff, because like this happened to him and now he's dealing with it and trying to go on that journey that you were talking about with Louis.
That's a fair point.
Of self-acceptance.
I didn't think about it like that.
But I do agree with you that at first I kind of was like, I don't know. We need to have some humans. Like we need to have some humans in the story. And now, right now we don't, but I'm sure we will.
I'm sure we will. Mary Soul. Hello there. Hello there.
Hi, Mary.
That final scene of Louis and Lestat embracing in the storm is easily one of my favorites, maybe the favorite in the whole series.
So good.
It's so beautiful, it almost makes you forget how toxic their love can be.
It's facts.
Where does it rank among your top scenes? Let's say top 3. Thank you for the ride. It's definitely up there because it's completely telling of the characters. I don't know what else would be up there.
I think that's what they don't let you forget how toxic their love is, because this is literally in a storm. Their love is a storm. And watching this, I think it was perfect. The dialogue was perfect. The performances were so elevated that I think that they honestly not only should have been nominated, probably should have won Emmys for this season. Definitely up there. A couple episodes for the last 3 episodes, I feel like I've just been blown away by the reveals and the things that there's been many scenes. But yeah, that one was really, really powerful. Really powerful.
They definitely don't let you forget that their relationship was toxic. It starts off with the apologies, and Lestat gets interrupted when he's saying like, we can keep going over all the ways we did terrible things to each other. But that's the point. It's like the idea of nuance and perspective and layers to everything. And it's like up to the audience to decide whether or not we think it's really subjective take on whether we think they should be together or not, you know?
The trial scene, which is a whole episode, is really interesting as well. That's probably top 3 as well for me.
That was a beautiful scene.
Yeah.
Take it away. Grace is back. Thank Christ. Oh my God. So much guilt finally gone. Why don't you clap for Grace? I'll clap. Go
Thank
for
goodness
it.
Grace came back to you. She didn't hate you anymore.
Thank Christ.
Hey guys, hope you loved the last episode. The 2 seasons together make one book. How do you feel about the story structure and the writing of the show and its characters as a whole? Okay, story structure, phenomenal. Loved that they kept us guessing, and the perspective shifts and the narrator being not reliable all the time. Writing, ridiculously strong. Characters as a whole, hell yeah.
I thought this season especially did a really great job at feeling a bit like a psychological play. Like the backdrop of having the vampire theater show and then lining it up with how every character you're supposed to be sort of like suspicious of. It felt like watching a play, but it didn't draw the eye. They didn't film it like a play. You know, sometimes when you watch a movie that's adapted from a play and it just feels like you're watching a play.
Yeah.
Like
Fences.
Fences is one of those where it's like I should just be watching the stage.
Really
Yeah.
good, great performances, but like, why am I watching this on?
And they take advantage of having enough adventure and enough location change up. And embracing the film noir genre in this season to have it be a mystery of who to trust and what is truth. So I thought the way they structured this, and particularly this episode, I know you asked about the writing. The writing, we were always praising the ton out of it. The directing of this episode, I thought, was particularly special. The whole sequence with him taking revenge and reborn in fire in a way, also being emblematic of the feelings that he had been conjuring up while simmering down in the hellhole he was put in. I thought it was like a beautifully directed episode. And the last shot with Lestat and Louis, where they are just looking at each other. We can't even hear what they're saying when you see their lips move sometimes. And you just got like the windows and the possibility that the house is going to come crashing down. And it's like, let's put this to an end now. It was beautiful. I think it was a really beautifully directed episode.
We talk about the adaptation of this from the book, and it makes sense that this is so strong this second season. I'm with you, Greg. I think the second season was stronger because it's the back half of a book. What's so weird to me, because I've never read this book, is everybody, maybe you guys know, maybe you don't, Greg knows, I watched this movie for the channel.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like the movie. I really struggled with the movie. I don't understand how this, what the book was, if the plot, like, the book was nothing like this. So, I mean, the movie was nothing like this. So, is the plot of the book more similar to this?
Well, to my understanding, I think someone told us this in the first season, is that they're not actually, it's more like homosexual undertones instead of being a full queer love story. Mm. So that gives a whole lot more to write when it's a full queer love story.
Cool. All right.
And because it's a lot about, closeted, it's about secrecy, gay men having a child. Like there's a lot there.
Even with Daniel, because we know that Daniel was interested in Louis and then had a wife. So I'm curious about his story.
Yeah. Here we go. Nin Potato. Hi, guys. Glad to see your... these questions are put out a little early. We are caught up. Sometimes I didn't think much of when I first watched, but that really stuck with me after several rewatches was Daniel's "Where Does the Bullshit Start, Armand?" This must be in connection to the last episode. Armand has been present the whole interview in disguise for half of it. Do you think there's anything else in the story that he tweaked, removed, added, and beyond what Louis and Daniel caught? Excited for season 3, The Vampire Lestat. Ooh.
I'm so glad we didn't read this question last time.
What else would he have?
It would have been a little spoilery.
What else would he have done?
Yeah, there definitely could be more. And it could be that Claudia's alive.
I don't think she's alive.
I know, Greg.
Because Lestat
I know.
would, if Lestat was present for it, but even if Lestat wasn't present, he for sure would have felt it. Because he's the one.
They would hear her, yeah.
He's the one who turned her. So, yeah.
And Louis would too, yeah. I don't know what else he could have lied about, but definitely him turning Daniel, I want to hear more about and what happened there, because Louis point blank said, don't harm him. And then he did that. So, like, what was that scenario like and how long?
I wonder if his backstory is not true. He gave like a really lavish backstory in that art museum.
Yeah, I mean, he essentially talked about being sold into sex slavery.
Yeah, I don't know how true any of that is.
That would be wild if he made up the whole thing. So, narcissists and liars just be lying, though. So I don't believe a goddamn word he says. Where does the bullshit start? And then probably at the beginning. Tony, holy shit! I'm at work, and you guys are gonna finish it. What are your immediate thoughts on Armand after realizing he was the orchestrator of the play? And do you think it was going to take losing Claudia for Lestat to finally feel some form of love for her? Yeah, it's interesting because you talked about how great the directing is in this, and it's like also Armand is the director of the play. Just great parallels. My immediate thoughts were, thank goodness, because we picked up on all those cues that you were a liar. And I don't think it took Lestat losing Claudia to realize he had some love for her. That's not my interpretation of that.
Well, finding out Armand was the orchestrator of the play just goes to show how frightened he is. He's just this scared little man. Even right down to he had to make the entire thing look like he wasn't the orchestrator of the play in front of Louis's eyes, in front of Lestat's eyes, Louis's eyes. It's like he didn't need to do any of that. He could have just turned, but he just can't confront the truth, even with Louis. Pansy. And do I think it was going to take... No. I think her death probably did make him realize how much more he did love her, because they did try to kill him pretty bad.
Yeah.
They did turn on him pretty bad.
And he says, when she looked at me, she looked like a child.
Yeah. And it was in her final moments, So I imagine that when it's like there's so much revenge one wants, and then sometimes when they get it, like what he's talking about in here, the rage and everything goes away, but nothing replaces it sometimes. And so perhaps the rage and everything went away when she died, and underneath that rage was the love that he should have been holding on to, and maybe he wouldn't have participated in any of this shit.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, dude.
And if he didn't, so it's pretty heartbreaking stuff. Anyway.
Petal?
You?
That's you.
Petals 45. Season 3, Vampire Lestat, like the book. Okay, so there is a book. Will contain parts of Louis and Lestat's story. There you go. Told from Lestat's perspective. Would you be content with that perspective, or are you hoping that they will also include storytelling from a neutral third party? Think anything dominantly Lestat, I'm okay with.
Yeah, me too. And also, is it part of the story that we missed, or is it part of the story moving forward? I'm curious. I don't need a neutral third party. I wouldn't have even called Daniel a neutral third party. I like the way they play with perspective. We haven't gotten the stats yet, so
yeah.
With you. Ultraviolet, Greg and Roxy. Oh my God, Greg, this is the toughest question yet. How are you going to navigate this? Do you forgive Lestat? Should Louis take him back?
Yes, I forgive Lestat, because they're a bunch of crazy fucking vampires. So I don't view them as just regular human being people. So yeah, I do. And should Louis take him back? I mean, if he was willing to suck her up and be with Armand for 77 years, why not take back Lestat?
Just to stick it to Lestat.
Yeah.
I definitely am with you. Obviously, abusers are abusers. These are vampires. I'm looking at it differently. He dropped him from the sky. I'm looking at it differently. I forgive Lestat. Should Louis take him back? I definitely want to see them back together. So, yes.
Yeah.
And now they can have a new kind of more even ground relationship, because Louis now is coming to his own.
Yeah, it is just so crazy. And it's going to be crazy because it's going to be modern day, I
don't know if that's true.
I mean, from what it seems like of what they're doing with the story, but when he said Siri, turn that off, I was like, that was so weird that he said that.
That was so weird.
I was like, that is so strange to hear those stats say that.
Yeah. It was really cathartic to see Louis be welcomed in New Orleans as a black man at a hotel, and be respected like that, knowing that when he tried to run things, he was literally run out, not just for being a vampire, but being a person of color.
Right.
That was really interesting. So that part of me does make me curious about current day, what it would be like for them. I would honestly really like if I know he went to Dubai, but I would love a Louis Lestat back in New Orleans season 3.
Dude, I'm down for anything.
Yeah,
I'm down for anything.
Yeah, and Lestat's got to come help with Louis, because Louis just opened the floodgates and said, "Come and get me, motherfuckers."
I hope they show that scene. That would be really cool, because they show they know how to do violence and action in a really unique way. So I hope they show that scene. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for sticking it out with us. Thanks, Roxy, for bringing all your soul whilst you are still recovering. And that's really impressive of you to be here and do that.
This show made it easy, and so did you. I'm so happy that we covered this together, dude.
I'm so happy that we did do it. I'm happy to do season 3. See you guys for the next season.